Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is somebody who's been with us pretty much from the beginning. He comes from the UK. This is Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here. And what I wanted to do for the last couple of episodes and the next few is introduce you to some of our moderators that you may not have met. We have a core group of about 10 that are here regularly, another group of about 10 that come in occasionally, but all of them are extremely experienced in YouTube, and like I said, have been with us for what now is about 5 years actually. And Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More obviously is doing really well, getting towards 2,800 subscribers right now. The name of the channel suggests that he's going to bring us a lot of train videos, and we see that. I wouldn't be surprised to know that Sam by now probably knows every train in Europe. I'm just going to grab his latest video, put this in my catch-up list. The thing about this creator is his productions, both live and videos as well as shorts, have increased over the years. A lot of outdoor live streaming, which I was happy to see from this creator. So when we look at his train videos, he could be giving us a look indoors, outdoors, of the trains themselves or the stations they depart from. He gives us tips and tricks as well when we're gonna do some traveling. When we look at his videos, if we dig through far enough, we'll start to get to some of the vlogs and variety that he promises on his channel. But lots and lots of train videos, especially lately. Shorts bring a little more variety, as you can see here, but these have gotten into 5,000 and almost 8,000 views on one of these. Then live streams, and this is what I was talking about. Sam will do a lot of outdoor live streaming or even take us on a train, but this creator does a lot of other things on the channel as well, celebrating a lot of milestones. He might do things like anniversaries or Q&A or trivia type games, and gives us lots of updates about Sam himself and the content of the channel. And he's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. He's been a dear, dear friend, both to me and to all of us. All of our moderators are dear friends of each other. They all have different channels. They all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. So hopefully everybody will connect with Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. I'm going to put up Rockin' Keto Amy right now. They just dropped a super chat. They've done that kind of thing before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning our wheel like we usually do. And thank you everybody for coming in. We got another overwhelming beginning. I see Greenland Quilter Katie has dropped a super chat as well. We're going to put that channel up shortly, but actually we have a special birthday in the house. Ruby from Rushing Wind Mountain is celebrating today, so we're going to look at their channel next. Ruby is somebody who's been with us from the beginning of Tuber Chat as well, beyond 4 years, probably closer to 5 by now, here for almost every stream. Now I know not everybody can be, especially because we move around the days and times, but I really do appreciate any moment anybody can spend. Just Jason Keto caught that. Yes, Nora gifted a membership before we started, and thank you for that, Nora. Sorry I missed that. I didn't miss it, I forgot once we started because they did it so much earlier, but thank you, Just Jason Keto. So I'm going to put up Rushing Wind Mountain, then I'll put up the Stock Explorer, and then Greenland Quilter Katie, just to keep everything completely out of order. And yes, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. All of our moderators have been featured before, but in the case of some of our friends like Sam who have been here, look at this, he's been a member for what will eventually probably get on 5 years now, well beyond 4 years. And we haven't seen some of our moderators as featured channels for literally hundreds of episodes, getting on a couple of years now, I think. And I wanted to make sure we give everybody a chance to meet them because we're already at episode number 838 today. That's true. We've actually done 838 live streams, if you can believe that, and a few more before we even started this channel. But the idea is that we're hoping to hit 1,000. I did a calculation on ChatGPT the other day, and if we keep up the same routine of a live stream every 3 days for the next year and a half, the 1,000th episode will happen on Halloween of 2026. Now, I have a feeling I'm going to have to move something between here and there, and we'll miss that mark. But that gives you an idea of how long it's going to be before we get to 1,000 episodes. And we don't know yet what we're going to do afterwards. We might just keep it going the way it goes. We might make changes. I'm completely unsure right now. And thank you, Greenland Quilter Katie, for the highlighted milestone message as well. They've taken over our Stream Boss position. That's the video game life meter under my camera here. Every Super Chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. Brun Free is here. Andre Southgate brings us prize fighting. Living Large with L Crew is an incredible vlogger. I bring it every day. Kelly has been with us from the beginning. Literally Years Travel with Josie Ann is a new friend, just here for a couple of live streams so far. I am Betty J. Gathers, another beloved and dedicated moderator and member, is going to be added to the wheel right now. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I'll get around to spinning shortly, and we'll move through as many channels as we can in the next 3 hours or so. Ace Flaw 1 is here. Alex and Alex Wandern is in the house. They're both longtime friends. Beast the Rapper, it's good to have you back in the chat. Chocolate Drop always calls me Mr. Customer Service. And it's always fun and actually heartwarming to see the different inside jokes that happen in between different creators when we're in premieres and live streams. You don't need me to tell you that. I know it goes without saying, but I do find it to be a heartwarming thing. And it is encouraging to see that friendships are flourishing, especially when they start here or through, you know, our network of friends and things like that. Jesse Journals and Unboxes just dropped a premiere. I was so happy I caught that. Finally, I made sure the window was open like an hour before, and she's going to have me spending money on snacks. I was thinking about something while I was watching Jesse's premiere. I said maybe I should feature channels based on the one that makes me spend the least amount of money in the real world, because some of our friends have introduced me to things. I promise you, in another window while we were watching Jesse's premiere a half an hour ago, I was window shopping for snack boxes just to see what the prices were like. She unboxes everything, but snacks are a part of it. Mr. Fulton Mraz has been with us from the beginning. New Horizons Above and Beyond is here every day. Old School Alaska has been making frequent appearances lately. PK Adventure Travels is another channel that makes me spend money. Actually, I got a couple things to talk about when I look at their channel today. I finally watched the Mosquito live stream replay that I was talking about, that I meant to see. I watched it today. I sat and watched it finally. And then Ryan had another video that I watched also. Star is here. I've got them on the wheel. Rich Cat Ranch is in the house. She's been doing a lot of live streaming lately, actually. I'm going to try to speed things up. Scotty J Travels is also in the house and also a member. So I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. If my copy and paste will work, which it won't. And then Wayne's World Unlimited from the UK is also in the house. Coker Culture is here. They're seeming to be everywhere all the time. Defam Adventures as well. I appreciate you both being here and what I see when you're out supporting other creators. Broke but Bountifully Blessed is Carol. I've got them on the wheel also because they happen to be a member. We'll move things around over the course of the stream to give everybody opportunity to hopefully have their channel on the screen and everything else. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz always has interesting news for us, so thank you for letting us know. I missed the first message, but thank you for mentioning that. He's been with me since long before Tuber Chat was even a channel, if you can imagine. Mr. Fulton Mraz has been a friend of about 6 years by now. And forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
I suppose it could be Cake and Eat Meat Day with cherry on top. That's Danforth Avenue Wellness. And then Mona did what? You will know the answer to this question because I've been meaning to ask you. I've been hearing a clip of a song lately, and it's a classic rock song, but it says, "Hey Mona, ooh Mona." And I figured you'll know what that song is because you must have been serenaded by it many times by many friends, I would imagine, over the years. If Mona did what, happened to hear what I was saying. Rockin' Keto Amy is going to talk to us about healthy eating, healthy living. 214 subscribers right now. They got a premiere coming up tonight, actually, right after Superchat. And then they've got a brand new video from less than a couple weeks ago. I'm going to put this into my ketchup list. This looks interesting. Keto Pizza Pot Pie. So I'll be excited to watch that, actually. I'm always looking for healthy, well, I shouldn't say I'm always looking for, I'm always interested to see healthy alternatives for the popular things that I enjoy frequently when it comes to meals and dishes and things like that. And then when we look at Rockin' Keto Amy, this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they came over from Just Jason Keto. And it's wonderful that that kind of thing happens to all of us on our channels, right? We start to make friends through our friends because, you know, everybody has pleasant and nice things to say about our channels and our friendships and our support for each other and things like that. And it all continues to grow. When we look at what they've got going on here for shorts, I'm happy to see an Instant Pot again. I haven't used one yet. I love the crock pot though. They've got shorts that have gotten into 500, 700 views, which is great to see, and live streams as well. They're going to be doing a live stream, what looks like next week, if I'm not mistaken, and that'll be interesting to see, especially onion rings. I'm sure a lot of people like that as a side, but it'd be nice to have a healthy alternative because I love onion rings as much as anybody else, but they sure do just taste like grease anytime I have them. So I'll be interested to see what you do with that. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Rockin' Keto Amy. We'd love to push them towards the 300 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. Oh, did anybody catch that? I wonder if Mona did what. It's just because it's in my head. I got to clear my mind of the things that are cluttering it up. What's the song? What's the song about Mona or that references Mona? It's a classic rock song. It's from probably the early 90s. I would guess 91, 92, 93. Something like that. I wonder if anybody can help me out here in the chat with that. And Rockin' Keto Amy, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're going to put a channel up right now for a different reason. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Rushing Wind Mountain is a friend that's here with us every stream. They've been with us for many years, probably 4 years, maybe closer to 5 by now. And they're celebrating their birthday today. This creator's known as Ruby in the chat, and they're often referenced by name because they've been so supportive to so many people. They're very well known, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get to their channel. Thank you, Mona. Yeah, somebody will figure it out, I'm sure. Rushing Wind Mountain comes from the Pacific Northwest, and they're going to bring us nature and wildlife videos. They've changed up their about section a little bit, so when we talk about ASMR, it's kind of in the same ballpark where we're looking at pleasing audio to go along with pleasing visuals on this channel. And then Anfield Road layout in the loft. Not sure if I said hello. Vintage Style by Joe. Good to see you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. When we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, yes, thank you, Sam. Hopefully everybody will wish her a happy birthday. When we look at shorts on this channel, you might find some humorous moments here. Videos on this channel can go anywhere from a minute to 12 hours. But shorts on the channel have got some traction as well at 11,000, 13,000, 16,000 views. Then live streams on the channel as well. And they've experimented many times, even recently, with vertical or portrait live streams and horizontal or landscape live streams as well. And it's more of the same. Pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, usually nature-based. And hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. We can see that their channel's growing rapidly now. And then Travel with Josiane is still in the house. That might be it. Bo Diddley? Oh, was it really? I wonder if that's it. I'm not sure if that's it. Thank you, Danforth Avenue Wellness. Unless somebody knows if there's another song I'm thinking of. Mona Boy is a song from the 90s. That might be it. Happily Ever Eats. Good to see you in the house. That is a channel belonging to the wife of our friend Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. They're off to a great start. And then, I know I missed another channel coming in. I don't mean to miss anybody.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And Rachel Aloha, I know I've seen you earlier in the stream. I think I didn't end up saying hello, but it's good to have you here. And then, yeah, Mona's going to know all the Mona songs. Sounds to me like we could do a medley or a mega mix of all the Mona songs. But the one's in my head because I hear it. It's part, actually, of a mix from the early 90s. I'm in this, like, early 90s phase right now. The Stock Explorer is up on the screen right now. This is Nora. And they are bringing us, actually, quite a bit of variety. It started with the stock market and crypto markets, though. Emotion New Soul, forgive me, I saw you earlier in the stream. I don't know why I didn't say hello and haven't got you on the wheel, but I'm going to do that right now. He's another beloved and dedicated moderator and member here. When we look at the Stock Explorer, when I talk about stock market or a little bit of crypto that they talk about, they bring us these things in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. And then they're very forthcoming about their own investment plays, whether it's stocks, crypto, or anything else. They've really expanded the content on the channel. They've always had a little bit of variety, but they've expanded that over the years. They're known to have product in hand. They do a lot of shorts and live streaming as well. And when we get over to the shorts, we start to get an idea of what a lot of creators are doing, especially here in the Superchat family, it seems, is that regardless of category or niche, adding variety into the shorts videos. And these have now done well. 2,800, 4,300, one at 14,000, and we know that that one still gets views, as a matter of fact. Mel Runs Things is here. I think I got them on the wheel. Yes, I did. And Sister Diva is a longtime friend. Good to have you in the house. And then the Rolling Stones might have had a song. That might be it, Mona. It would be a really popular one. The one that I'm thinking of would be really, really, really popular. I should play it so that we make sure we get a copyright a copyright claim on the live stream. See if I can find it. I can't play it through the system easily. And then yeah, I haven't actually. It's fun. It's interesting maybe to anybody to know I really don't use Gmail very much. I use Gmail only when I sign up for new things. And therefore I'm not using it every day. I use it for like other accounts on other networks and things like that. But I'm so much older that I stick to Hotmail because it's what I've known best. Boucher Street, good to see you in the house. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then please correct me if I'm wrong. But when we look at the idea of Nextdoor inside Gmail, I may not be the best one to help you with that right now without looking it up, but if somebody knows what New Horizons New Horizons Above and Beyond is referencing, I would love it if somebody would reach out and let them know what might be the key to getting rid of that if that's what they want to do. And then the Stock Explorer as well. Like I said, lots of variety in the shorts videos here. Live streams as well. I mentioned this. I've been on their channel. We actually talked for a couple of hours when I was on there about YouTube and everything else. When we dig through the live streams, though, we're going to see that a while back, literally, we're talking years now, because the Stock Explorer has been with us almost for 5 years. They started adding in, they've always done StreamYard panels. They've always talked stocks and crypto. Occasionally they have charts and graphs. Nora gives us a great look into her life and a lot of her friends because she does StreamYard panels with them. The conversation can go anywhere. However, they added in lottery ticket scratching, which is another huge category and genre on YouTube. And now they do a lot of lottery ticket scratch battling with other channels. They've been doing this for a long time now. They've got a series called Scratching with Strangers in their videos where they're literally meeting people for the first time and scratching lottery tickets while the people that they're talking to are giving us interesting stories. And then also it might be the one, Mona, I Need You Baby. So thank you, Scratch and Pete PA. I wonder if that's probably it. I don't think Scratch and Pete PA is old enough to have listened to some of the same stuff that I did in Toronto before I started getting involved in music and stuff like that. But there was a couple of people here, big DJs named, oh, why can't I remember their names now? Of course. Oh, Chris Shepard and Deadly Headley Jones. Anyway, these guys were like nighttime DJs on one of the popular radio stations, and they used to play this mix that included that with a bunch of other rock songs like In Excess and things like this. So forgive me, because that's all not related to YouTube like usual. I'm going to get into that, but I'll bet that that is probably right. So thank you, Scratch and PPA, for looking that up. And yeah, for some reason I know everybody's into this 90s kick, it seems, for the last couple of years, but all of a sudden I've been listening to early 90s music again for, I go over the same stuff over and over and over again, in phases that last months. And then, yeah, PK Adventure Travels. I'm not the biggest, like, classic rock fan or anything like that. You know, I know all the same songs that everybody knows, but, you know, anything 90s. It was big for pop around, you know, the 80s and early 90s and stuff like that before music started to break off into 100 different genres with so much focus. Hopefully everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer. Thank you again, Nora, for another gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. When we look at Tropical Buzz, this is another channel that Nora has got where she's in Florida and educating us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to be growing themselves. And we see that on the channel, and they've now passed their 300 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther along. I typically don't, you probably wouldn't catch me listening to very much classic rock by choice if that's all I was doing. Like everybody, I have, you know, probably a million different types of music and playlists and every other thing to listen to. But let's interfere with the chat for a second, and we'll do a poll that has nothing to do with YouTube.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So this is not fair because I can only put 4 things into a poll, but we'll do it anyway. So we'll ask everybody what's the best decade for music. I had always said, and we'll get back to YouTube. I'll stop with the story time today if I can. But I have always said I feel like I was born a decade too late. Because in a past life, I was a DJ, and that went on for like 25 years, but I would have loved to have done that in the 1980s, as opposed to starting in the 90s. Like, the 90s was great, but I would love to have done it in the 80s, because the music was kind of made for it. So I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s, and that continued until now. But I do love a lot of 70s, and that's a little bit... Actually, the phase I'm in is not just early 90s, but a lot of 70s and 80s. But there's a reason as well. Just because I was a DJ, I'm going back to listen to some of the things that I had either missed out on, or some of the things that influenced the rest of what we're talking about. 60s was influential for sure as well. When the 70s came around, though, disco started to influence everything that even continues today. If you go back and listen, like, I know it's not the same. Sometimes people like me will usually go back and it's like, oh, it was the best back then, and all your music is because of all the stuff we listen to. That's not always true. But you can hear references from disco and just about everything that hits the radio, or at least a big percentage of it on the popular stations. Linda D, good to see you in the house. And yes, I'm old enough to remember radio. Baked with Miss Red, good to see you in the house. Lisa's Got Style, good to have you back. Thank you for coming in. And forgive me, I'm just talking nonsense in between our first few channels here. But one more time, happy birthday to Rushing Wind Mountain. Thank you again, Greenland Quilter Katie, Rocking Keto Amy, and the Stock Explorer along with Greenland Quilter. Katie is on the screen right now for a super chat that they dropped, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Hunting and Stuff with J&J. Good to see you here. Together We Travel. Good to have you in the house. And then Matthews Bushcraft is here. I'd love to know what Matthews Bushcraft thinks about the best decade for music, since we've gone back to talking about the 60s and 70s, and anybody's free to mention the 50s if they want to. I could only add four entries into our poll, but let's see what everybody had to say. So more 1970s than I would have expected. My dear goodness. A lot of people love the 70s. That's where a lot of our classic rock comes from. And then in the 80s, it turned to more glam rock, but a lot of those classic bands were still producing. And then things started to move into different genres and alternative and this and that. I think there was in the 70s as well, but that's one of the genres I'm not as well versed in. 1980s, 37%. So that's interesting to me as well. I thought it was going to be like a landslide for the 1990s, but that really is eye-opening here. And then, wow, it's interesting. And then, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Sometimes I do polls here that have nothing to do with YouTube, just so that we can add a little bit of fun into the chat and a bit of a different conversation. And then Greenland Quilter Katie, when this channel started coming into the Tuberchat family, I noticed a lot of their videos. It was at the time where they were posting a lot of these videos, giving us a look on the water around Greenland. Lots of glaciers and icebergs and other views, mountain views and things like this. I had mistaken some of the videos that they had here, part of me assuming that they were cuts from live streams, but they're actually a podcast that they've been doing for a long time. Over the Christmas season this year, they did a lot of vlogging, which brought us these shopping videos, which is interesting to see. And then they continued today, and they've got some shorts along the way. These have gotten into 2,800, 3,100 views, giving us a lot more look around Greenland. And then live streams also, and they've actually got one coming up. That's tomorrow. So we'll look forward to that. But I'm setting the notification because we set notifications for everything we see, whether they're premieres or live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. And that's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Edna's World, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully, again, I'm not missing anyone.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Linda D's trying to work on some shorts, which is, in my opinion, a great idea for almost every channel. I mean, we've all got to do the right thing for ourselves. We've all got to make our own decision. And I never want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel. But shorts can be a great addition to pretty much any channel, in my opinion. And then... oh, that'll be interesting. Greenland Quilter Katie has a special challenge going on their channel. Together We Travel, I hope I said hello. Home by Design with Marilyn is also a member. Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is here. And let me get Marilyn on the wheel. And... yes, hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Star is here. I'm going to drop the link to this channel because they're a little bit difficult to find. Timmy the Racing channel is still here. Good to see you in the house. They're always early. Deer and the Fish. Did I get you on the wheel? Yes, I did. When we have names that are really short or popular, or even channel names with words that are popular, like Star is so unbelievably popular, it might be really difficult to find this for a while. Even though they've got 2,400 subscribers, when I go through my search results, and they'll be different from yours, I'll use my filter, let it know I'm looking for a channel, I'll put quotes around it, and do everything I can to try to help YouTube give me the right channel in the search results. You'll see very quickly that it doesn't seem to want to do as I ask, right? So there, we go down to channels here now, and there's so many channels that contain the word Star. Even though this creator has 2,400 subscribers, they're still going to struggle with the search results for a little while. Now that's okay, because when they become one of the more prominent channels, which can't be long if they've already got that many subscribers, they'll be very easy to find, right? So it's a little bit of a trade-off there, if that makes any sense. Let me see if I can find them again. There they are. Yes. And then this is a channel I'm still getting to know. So I didn't realize that. They just said they're from Canada. And so they're in New Mexico right now. They got more to read on their About section. When we look at this channel, first of all, they're monetized also. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Miss Southern Belle is a friend of ours also, so it's nice to see a shout out video there. I'm going to put that in my catch up list. Oh, pardon me. I'm clicking all over the place here. I'll put that in my catch up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators or get caught up with them. Playlists can be a great tool for that. I see some what looks like diamond painting there, yes. And shorts over here. One of them's gotten into 1,900 views. That's great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. They were just live earlier for some Fun Day Sunday. They've they're seeming to have live streams every other day or pretty close to it. So that's great. And probably part of the reasoning for their channel gaining so many subscribers. Being active always helps, of course. Curbside Classics, good to see you in the house. Just Diana Vlogs is also here. That's Serenity Studio Art with a second channel. And then Star. Now, I don't necessarily think that changing your name is going to help, because this kind of thing only matters when we're in our first couple of thousand subscribers for most people. Your name is a little bit of a different case only because it's so popular, right? But once you get 100,000 subscribers, if that's what you're aiming for, this isn't going to matter. And I know it can seem like possibly a long time from now, but there are other things you could do to make sure that people get to your channel. You know, like linking when you can, using your handle whenever possible, Starlight Starbright 70. Now, I've shared a couple videos for them on our community tab, so I know that handle now. And there is Two Pineapples. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They are a part of our interview series. They've been with us from the beginning. Edna's World. Just please let me know if you're still here, Edna's World, because I was going to play her clip probably soon, but I'll play it right away if they're here. I try to make sure we don't play them in the same order, every stream and this and that. And then we all have to make the right decision for our own channel when it comes to our channel's names. And it's funny because now that the channel's already moving and already established, somebody like me is going to come along with my speech about the whole thing. The only thing you could do is take what you hear from all the different people that, let's say, influence you, along with your friends, the people who are enjoying your content, your channel, and everything else, and make your own right decision. But when we first start YouTube, everybody starts with 0, right? But when we start and we think about naming our channel, it's nobody's business. Not like your family, your friends, anybody else. You can be free to listen to whoever you want, of course, but it's like naming a child, right? You don't ask your friends what you should name your child and then name it based on what they say. You just name your child, and the child's name comes to have meaning over a lifetime, right? And, look at a name like some of the names, like even people here in the chat, but my name is Kevin. I don't think there's anybody here that probably doesn't know 5 different Kevins in their lifetime or more, right? There's a lot of popular names out there. Doesn't affect anything. So that's just an idea. But I don't want to ever, first of all, tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. And in almost every case, I would recommend that people don't change their name. The reason why I say that today is because you've already got a base for your channel, right? Really loyal and dedicated subscribers, friends that get to say for the rest of your channel's existence that they were there in the beginning. They were there when you started, right? And that might have extra meaning for them. But these are just ideas, And then, yes, many Kevins, but only one Mr. Customer Service. Thank you, Chocolate Drop. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Edna's World is still here, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let me spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. The Numismaniac is here. I almost missed them. They dropped a highlighted milestone message as well. They are a long time, first of all, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, but they're also a member. So I'll put them on the wheel. We'll spin, and we'll get ready to take a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series. And I talk about these videos all the time, partly because they're so unbelievably informative. Creators like Edna's World and Two Pineapples, with a few others, have joined us for, we call them interviews, but they're friendly conversations where I tried to ask their opinion without adding too much of my own, so that we can hear what they have to say, knowing that they've not only been through what we're going through, they're still going through this right now. The only difference is they've long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it, or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing, and that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight, and it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, you know?
Yes.
Be there for the ones that are coming back, and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, you know, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. You know, somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
Alright, we're just about back, and we're going to look at the Numismaniacs. You see that? I was late putting their name on the wheel, and then they came up right away. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat, and then we're going to go through channels as quickly as we can. We still got over 2 hours to go, and the Numismaniac is another fellow Canadian. I know somebody mentioned a lot of Canadians in the house the other day. It sounds like it. Yeah, we do have a few, but that's just more likely because I mentioned the idea that I'm from Canada, and so a lot of our moderators are from Canada, and so it feels like there's a lot more than there is. I think our #1 country is the United States for viewers and, you know, participants, of course, and then followed by probably Canada and the UK. It used to be Jamaica, but the fourth channel, or the fourth country, keeps changing. And I'm sure everybody will find that on their own channels, especially as your content catalog grows and you put out more and more videos and draw in more viewers. When we look at the Numismaniac, we see another creator from Edmonton, Alberta, as a matter of fact. And what they're going to talk about on their channel more than anything is numismatic collectible coins and other collectibles of value. This creator has a lot of community service, pardon me, in their mind and in their heart. You find that as soon as you get to their channel. I see they've got a video here from a couple weeks ago. This is the Skipper, as he's known on his channel. I'm going to put his latest video into my catch-up list so I can make sure I get caught up, and you'll see some of the different things he's going to show us here. In the summer last year, it's getting a little bit longer than I thought, but for many months he did this challenge where what he was doing was giving us something to go out and learn, something pretty much to do with history, and then he was doing giveaways on the channel. So interesting ideas like that come up. There's the Skipper again. Shorts on this channel feature a little bit of variety and more numismatic collectibles. Some Edmonton with winter weather there, 900 views on one of these and 1700 on another. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator brings us a lot of history, but they've also got StreamYard panels where they have friends join them, often a few at a time, as a matter of fact. When we look at this creator, we know that they've got a second channel as well, and this is one that I thought was active only during the winter season. It's called Santa Claus, North Pole, Canada. And when we look at this channel, we actually find that it's active all year round. This is where we can get messages to and from Santa Claus. And if you haven't seen any of these, I hope you go through and watch at least one of these videos, or maybe a couple, so you get an idea, because it's a really, really cool idea. Shorts over here on this channel have gotten now into 1,200 views on one of them, and then live streams, they've done a couple of these as well. Hopefully everybody will connect with both the Numismaniac and Santa Claus North Pole, Canada. I see the Numismaniac says they're going to be streaming tomorrow. They have been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter and an official member for as long as I can remember. And hopefully everybody will connect with them. Taz Adventures, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me for not being certain if this might be your first time in the stream here.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
So PK Adventure Travels, they're really active. They're posting videos frequently. They're live at least once a week, often with StreamYard panelists. I'll skip over there right now. They've got a few set up. We can set notifications for these. We do that for every premiere and live stream we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. That's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. When we look at PK Adventure Travels, we know that they're on Thursdays now. They start at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then we know that Just Jason Keto is on at 7:30 Eastern, just about every Thursday as well. Lots of creators with scheduled live streams. There was one I just watched the replay today, and it was for, I ran this one, the organization tips, I think, but I watched the one where they were talking about the mosquitoes and bugs and horrible things that seem to love me. I've lost it now where the thumbnail is for that one, but yeah, I don't know if it's blood type or what the story is, but mosquitoes, I made a comment, and all their friends seem to be very attracted to me for some reason. And then PK Adventure Travels is working on 1,900 subscribers. Of course, Ryan and Mel are monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I said I ran one of the live streams. Actually, what did I just watch as well? Did I watch another video? I think I did. Was it this? Is this the one with the theater seats? And they had the accessible. So in Canada, we say the word accessible. It was off behind. I think that's it right there. There's a glimpse of them walking into the theater and assessing the comfort level, which is interesting as well. I haven't seen this one, which is another part of Ryan's news segments. Now, Ryan and Mel together do a very thorough job, whether they're camping or whether they're traveling. They happen to be travel agents. One of the things I was going to mention, too, because I was thinking about this while I was watching your video today, is that in Canada, you know, unfortunately for us, at least this is the way I look at it, it seems so much more expensive when it comes to the idea of being able to go on a cruise. I can't imagine we have as many Canadians going on a lot of cruises several times a year as our American friends. The reason why is flights are so expensive for us. So when we don't have cruise ports here, right? So if we wanted to go on a Caribbean cruise, we got to go to New Orleans or Texas or Florida, maybe New York, but you know what I mean. And it can cost us, even in Canadian dollars, 1,000 only works out to 700 US. But still, you're talking an additional 700. And because it's flights, now you got to think about whether you need a hotel the day before or after. So we can't just hop on a cruise just, you know, if it happens to be on sale. If they're like, oh, okay, we got a cruise for $800 or $1,000 or whatever. No, it starts to turn into like $5,000 for a Canadian couple, let's just say. I'm talking Canadian dollars, but it's still 3,500 the way I'm putting it. I'm not saying I'm right, but you know what I mean. But I crave the day that I can get on some more cruises. I recommend it all the time just because I worked on a cruise a long time ago. And then PK Adventure Travels they're travel agents though, so they can help us when it comes to the idea of cruising or traveling in any way. But they've done a handful of cruises, and when you dig through their thumbnails and titles, you get an idea. And they do a really thorough job, like I said, both with all of their videos. But it's one thing that I was taken away with right away was a ship tour video. I've got this video now, the news segment in my catch-up list. The last one, the one I just watched, was about tipping. So I don't know how everybody thinks about this, but if I was to go on a cruise again, I would just prepay the tips and then not be worried about it afterwards. It never feels like enough. You know what I mean? When you're out there, it doesn't matter if it's a restaurant or a service or, you know, somebody's done something for you. I don't know how it ever feels like enough anyway. But that's what I think I would do, and then I don't have to have it in my mind all day and worry about forgetting. But I'm curious to see what people think about that. Well, maybe we'll bring that up in a live stream. And by the way, thank you for the reference too, because in the one that I just watched, the one here it is. Yes, the one from 2 weeks ago where they were talking about keeping the bugs and stuff away. They did mention me because they were talking about alien tape, which I have purchased but have not used yet. And then, yeah, the numismaniac. I don't know how, you know, as far as I've heard, in the United States, people can, like, fly to Vegas for dinner because it, you know, might cost $100 or something for a flight from city to city. And I at once thought it used to be that way in Canada, but my understanding is that it's not. And any flights that I look up, I don't know if anybody can go from one city to another in Canada for less than $500. And I'm not exaggerating. It's just I'll be honest and say I don't really know. You'd have to shop and see, but there's no $100 flights. We don't have that here. And then PK Adventure Travels as well is going to bring us shorts. These bring a little bit more variety. They've gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
I missed two things. I don't know if Two Pineapples is still listening, because I think I was supposed to put them on the wheel while they were here. The Gross Bargain Emporium, Steph, they were live earlier. I thought I was crashing into you today, but thank you, Scratch and PPA. I was just about to put them on the wheel, but they did actually send a super chat. Sometimes I'm talking so much that I miss these things and can't even go back in the chat to catch them. But thank you. The Gross Bargain Emporium, Steph, has done that again and again and again. They're actually doing that so that we'll look at another channel. I don't think we know this one yet. I don't think Rose's Twisted Weather channel has been in Tuber Chat yet, but here it is, and we'll have a look at it right now. The Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, has been a incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter ever since coming into the Tuber Chat family. So, you know, the idea is any friend of theirs has to be a friend of ours. And when we look at what they're doing here, I wonder what they mean, Twisted Weather channel. We'll have to see. And then I'm looking through their videos. We always want to be looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer, if possible. This channel's got a couple, so I'd be connecting with either this storm video or the tornado one. I'm going to grab this because it's so much longer, and I like to connect with channels with much longer videos. But they're off to a good start. 23 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards their first 100. We know that the first 100 is as challenging as ever before, but we see channels growing, hitting different milestones like the first 100 all the time. So as long as they're all doing as much as we can for each other, everybody will be just fine. And then this is the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, the creator that dropped the super chat so that we would look at that channel. And then I see in the meantime, Tanks and Fish has come in. Forgive me, I didn't get you on the wheel yet, but you're on there now. And Create with Becca is here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And when we look at the the Gross Bargain Emporium stuff, like I said, they were live earlier. I think she's live every day. If we look at the live streams, lots of these notifications ready to be set. Reminds me of Michael's Adventures, because they set their channel almost a month in advance, sometimes more. When we look at these, see 56 minutes ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, 5 days ago. So not quite every day, but pretty close to it. And what the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph is doing is giving us live auctions during streams, which means they're going to give us items that we can bid on right during the live stream. And that kind of content is literally sweeping the world right now. Even the platform Whatnot is becoming more and more popular, and some of our friends have been doing this for many years, but we've got a good at least 10 channels, I think, that are doing live auctions. So I think it's great because it's another popular genre then. And you can see the Groves Bargain Emporium stuff is obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Lots of variety in their shorts videos, getting into 940 on one of them. That one will soon have 1,000, hopefully. And a few videos. They've been playing with the AI music system as well, Suno, that we have seen many times. There's Curmudgeon Alaska. That is another channel that was a part of our How to Get 10,000 Subscribers series. So I hope everybody will connect with them. They're close to 50 now if they didn't already hit it. And Rob, we saw Sarah in the interview, but Rob was kind enough to join me for well over an hour talking about their growth. Ms. Joy's One, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And our instructions are always in our video description for anybody who's here the first time or fairly new. And the best success here in Tuber Chat comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators, and starting a conversation, doing all the things we wish that they would do for us first, knowing they'll turn around and return all of our favors afterwards. So thank you again, the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I think I missed a chance for a channel to be on the screen there, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why my results are all messed here. Yes, Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol was supposed to be up, and then Home by Designs with Marilyn will be next then. The wheel didn't reset since the last stream. That's why we got a million names on there. And Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol is another channel I'm still getting to know.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And, yes, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Mel Runs Things is peeking in and out, but I've got them on the wheel. For any of our members or moderators, as long as you're active in the chat, even once in a while, we'll make sure you're on the wheel. There's Rich Cat Ranch. She's still here. Forgive me. I thought you were gone already. And then I know people come in and out all the time. Nobody can be expected to be here every day. It's certainly not for 3 hours every day. Even when I'm visiting other people's channels, I know, you know, I'm always there for at least 15 minutes. Lately, what I do, though, is I don't actually leave. I just let the streams run a lot longer than I did in the earlier days of Superchat, let's just say. I used to be able to watch my timestamps and count it out to be 16 minutes, so at least I'd know you'd get a few views out of it. And a little bit of watch time. Judgment Day Mike Harper is also in the house. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Rockin' Keto Amy, again. And Curmudgeon Alaska, forgive me, because I mentioned you in the interview, but I didn't put you on the wheel yet. Home by Design with Marilyn is up next. Leslie's Crochet Corner is in the house. Good to see you here. And Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol is up on the screen. Like I said, this is a channel I'm still getting to know. The latest video is a little bit shorter at 2:35, but they got plenty of videos over 3 minutes, especially the last few here. I'm going to take the homemade salad dressing video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to sort of stay caught up with this channel. They're posting frequently. They've put up 6 videos this week, so that's interesting to see. They've got shorts on the channel as well. I'm just gonna have a look at their about section here, but they're doing a lot of healthy eating and healthy living with recipes here by the look of it. They've gotten into 1,000 views and 1,200 views on some of the shorts videos, and then live streams as well. So they've been doing these fairly frequently up to about 6 days ago. We'll see if they're going to do another one soon, and I know I mention it all the time, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Home by Design with Marilyn is another channel I'm still getting to know. They talk about modern, elegant, and cozy ideas for our design aspirations, let's just say, but they also help us with budget-friendly ideas, and you see that including shopping hauls and do-it-yourself videos. When we get through what they're doing on the channel, the thumbnails speak a lot about the different places they're either gonna bring us to shop for ideas or some of the design ideas themselves, if that makes sense. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. This is more of a vlog by the look of it, day in the life, but let's look at shorts on the channel as well, and we see that these have started to move now into 2,400, 3,000 views and beyond. It's interesting, they're using one of those cash machines. I was thinking about that because I still got a little bit of change. I used to keep it for things like tips, or if I needed, I don't know, laundry or something like that. Sometimes you want to take stuff to a laundromat instead of using your own machines and this and that. I used to do a lot of that, and it's interesting because I've used those machines, and it's funny how much change can add up. if we're using cash and, you know, emptying our pockets every day, let's just say. There's Miss Canadian Scrapper. Good to have you in the house. When we look at Home by Design with Marilyn, we also see live streams here. So up to a few months ago, they were doing quite a few of these. We'll see if they're going to continue. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. And then we'll spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Superchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And Rich Cat Ranch is coming up right now. Like I've been saying, or like I said earlier, they've been live streaming frequently lately. I think they were on today. Rich Cat Ranch is working on 3,000 subscribers. They're officially on the road. We say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. So since they've passed 2,900, that puts them obviously on the official road to 3,000. So it has to be exciting. I've said from the beginning of Superchat, and I mean 5 years, you know, now of this, that we talk about the idea of 3,000 being a pretty telling marker. If somebody organically gets to 3,000 subscribers, I fully expect them to get to 10,000 if they want to, and someday maybe even 100,000 if they'd like to. The only reason that's questionable is because it can take years, and we don't know what YouTube or the world is going to look like in even 3 years from now. Mr. Stephanie, good to see you in the house. Miss Joy's Ones, when we talk about other people's channels, we search, find, and click on everybody's channel links. Like, so you see me doing it here when I put channels on the screen. So I'll just search for Rich Cat Ranch. I copy and paste. I know it's not as easy on a phone, but the channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. So you can imagine when hundreds of people are searching, finding, and clicking on your channel name, it helps your channel with the search results in the recommendation engine or algorithm, if we want to call it that. Look at this. Hall & Oates is one of my favorite ever. And it's funny because I only learned recently, after all these years, that it was never actually supposed to be called Hall & Oates. Everybody just calls it that, but it's supposed to be Daryl Hall and John Oates. And when I was in high school, this album came out at the beginning of high school. And I loved their stuff so much that I had to buy not only the album, but start buying 12-inch singles. It was the very first 12-inch single that I ever bought. I think it was in high school anyway. It must have been somewhere around there. And yeah, if anybody needs me to elaborate on anything that I'm talking about, just please mention it. Yeah, Two Pineapples was here. Lou is often listening in the background. I'm not sure if he's still here right now. But yeah, they're a dear, dear friend for sure. Lou and Anna both. So Rich Cat Ranch is up on the screen right now. And here we are with Richard and Kathy. And they've got a little bit more information on their About section here. They're going to bring us animals, music, life, family, nature, and much more, like a lot of our homesteading friends. I group farming, ranching, gardening, fishing, hiking, camping, and kind of outdoor channels or outdoor activities into the homesteading realm, because a lot of the content follows similar aspects. And what I'm talking about, sometimes we see things like cooking, we see a lot of gardening or growing our own things, we see sometimes livestock of different types and things like that. Lots of outdoor content as well. So Rich Cat Ranch is pretty active as well, and they've been a friend of ours literally for years. They post frequently, as you can see. It looks like they're aiming for that once a week. The shorts on this channel have gotten into 8,300, 8,500 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. Cook and chat sounds like a good idea. I wish I caught that, but yeah, it was 2 hours ago, so it must have been when I was just getting ready to set up for Tuber Chat. But I have caught them many times before. Has it already been a month? I thought I just caught them live the other day, but maybe it's longer than I think. We know they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get to their channel. And right now what I'm going to do is spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. And what we'll do is we'll take a break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. I'm not sure if Two Pineapples or Curmudgeon Alaska might still be here, but what we'll do is we'll play Curmudgeon Alaska's clip from our interview series, one of them anyway. And Rob was kind enough to join me as well as Lou from Two Pineapples and Edna's World, who we saw before, and a few other creators, to have a long conversation about what their channel has gone through, what it's going through. The idea is to figure out how to get 10,000 subscribers, but these creators have all long passed that now. In the case of Curmudgeon Alaska, they're sitting somewhere around 50,000 subscribers.
What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first, the channel was very slow to start. And then it was around the time I met you,
Yeah.
you know, your channel, it started growing a little bit. And then we got to January of last year, we only had we hit our 1,000 subs.
Okay.
And then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know, so it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours, so we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the winter time, and I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. You know, we've never done a shopping thing or anything like that, and I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well.
That's good.
We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices. And honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here. And I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. You know, and I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely, yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
You know, was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? You know, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now.
All right, we're just about back, and we're going to look at Gene Literick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative. And we're going to see what they've been up to. I cleaned up the wheel a little bit. If any of our members or moderators that haven't been seen are still watching or listening, just please say anything at all. I'll get you back onto the wheel if you're not there. And then, as well, I am overdue for adding names to the wheel, so I just added Jesse Journals and Unboxes, and I'll add another name to our wheel from our chat list shortly. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I think I missed another channel coming in. I know I wave often to channels in the chat when we're on those breaks there. Diamond Art Queen, established 2020. Good to see you in the house. And Cali King 916 from Sacramento is here as well. We're going to talk about Gene Literick in a quick second. I see Fairbrick Studio is in the house. Trisha's Closet is here. Mark the Shark. Oh, Mark the Shark will be happy to see this. I got your hat, one of your hats. Mark the Shark has sent me a couple of hats. He briefly changed his name of his channel to Much Love and Aloha. He usually uses that as a greeting, but I've got your hat right beside me here at the top of my desk. And yeah, we're moving now. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. When we look at Gene Literick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative, it's a channel I'm still getting to know, but when we dig through the thumbnails, we get an idea of some of the variety we're going to find on the channel in between the creativity and the art. When we look at shorts over here, we see these have gotten into 2,700 and 4,600 views on some of these. There's some winter weather over there. I mention that all the time because it usually does fairly well for views, and then live streams on the channel also. A month ago they did another short one, but they've done these in the past. When we read the about section, we get some more ideas about what we're going to expect from the channel, if that makes sense. There are over 700 subscribers now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 800 we know they're thinking about. And then Canadian Family Life is coming up in a quick second. Tim Mitchell will be happy to hear you say that. It's like an unofficial off-topic squirrel. When we look at Canadian Family Life, she was live earlier today. That was a surprise. It happened to come up, and then I think Pete dropped it in our group so that we could see. And then yeah, I was lucky to catch that. I just happened to have Windows open and was looking for what was going to be next from subscribers. When I'm on YouTube, I'm on a computer, right? So what I do is I squish my windows like this, and I usually have 4 going across. Chrome can't seem to do it for whatever reason. I'm on a 1080 resolution here, but when I go to YouTube, what I'll do is I'll hit it like this, and then I'll go to the subscriptions, and then I see who's live, and it will do it or drop in premieres. It does it in kind of a chronological order from who's been on longest, like Zombie King Gaming is here, Selena. She does live streams all the time. Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale is on often. The Source is on just about daily. Flippin' Crazy's on frequently. You see what I mean? So this is who's been on the longest right now. So if somebody's been on for an hour, they'll be around here. If somebody's been on for 2 hours, they'll be around here. So I go to the bottom to get the person who's been there the longest, just in case they're going to end. I can at least catch them for a few minutes before going somewhere else. There's Slice Life Gaming as well, Smoky Mountain Blast. They're incredible supportive creators. They are, very positive, especially when it comes to spirituality, but they've been with us from the beginning. Toya Renee Talks is a longtime friend. You see what I mean? Forgive me, I'm getting distracted by everybody's live streams here. And Canadian Family Life was on earlier, so that's how I luckily caught her, I think I did. And then I think Pete dropped it for everybody as well, right around the same time. And when we look at what Canadian Family Life is doing, they're bringing us homesteading content from New Brunswick. And they've always been known for food bank grocery hauls, as well as a lot of cooking videos. And one of the things that Tiffany's been doing lately is giving us an idea of how we can make at home some of the things we might typically go to a restaurant or a takeout food place for, like these McDonald's chicken nuggets ideas, or oh, these are different crispy cheese nuggets. And then they've got one that they did recently with McDonald's style chicken nuggets right there. So as well, Tiffany has an impeccable container garden. Chris helps look after that, her husband. They did an interesting live stream today because while Tiffany was live, she had a multicam setup going on where there's Chris working on a 3D printer right there. And Tiffany's usually on every month or two. The whole family hops in and out of streams and videos and everything else. So there's a lot of family togetherness here. But there's a lot of happy mail, shout outs for other creators over the Christmas season. She was doing a lot of vlogging. She's continuing that now, and she's got some shorts over here, including some outdoor winter weather. Some of the shorts have gotten into 2,900, 2,800 here. I think this one, the lightning bugs one, is gonna take over in a second, and then 5,600 on one of these. Variety Trading Card Collector, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Forgive me. Tanks and Fish is still here. I thought you might not be here, but I'll always put members on the wheel or back on the wheel along with moderators, including Scratch and PPA, because I accidentally deleted his name and forgot to put it back on earlier when I was sorting everything. But he's on there now. And then Canadian Family Life, Chris's Creation Fun is the name of her husband's channel. If you wanted to see that, he does more 3D printing, work on solar panels. He works on their container garden and do-it-yourself videos as well. We know Canadian Family Life is monetized. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here, and has been for as long as I can remember. Close to is it 3 years by now? I think it's 3 years now. And forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. I thought it was right around, she say March or April when she originally came in. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then Cruz Bolero's coming up. This is another channel that's here with us for just about every stream. They're working on 500 subscribers and getting close. They're more than halfway on the official road to 500. We know that's exciting and exciting and important milestone. Oh, am I mistaken? Canadian Family Life, is it only 2 years? I did that to her in the beginning when she first came in. She was only there for a couple months. I was saying 6 months already. Tiffany's support, and that's the creator from Canadian Family Life, but her support for others continues today. It seems everywhere I go, I run into her probably every day supporting somebody in a premiere or a stream. As long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, no matter how much that is, everybody will be just fine. I know not everybody can be on YouTube 24 hours a day and things like that. Even I do what I can. I'm on a little bit less now than I was for, months before and this and that. But, we're all, as long as we're all with each other as much as we can be, everybody will be fine. There's Tim Mitchell, and again, dropping 5 gifted memberships. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. They've done that many times. And while absolutely unnecessary, it's of course muchly appreciated. That's the channel we're talking about when we're joking about the unofficial, official off-topic squirrel. Which is one of their channels, as a matter of fact. So we'll look at that very soon. And when we look at Cruz Bolero, we see a channel that, first of all, is here with us just about every single stream. They let us know they're bringing us cruising, lifestyle, and travel reviews. So they've got a little bit more variety as well, and you get that. A lot of the videos are featuring the creator herself and taking us on a lot of outdoor adventure or explorations. And then as well, they've got some live streams here. Now, hopefully I can catch you if you're going to do another one. I got the notification bell on, you know, because we do that for every channel, but we see it's been a couple of months now. As for posting videos, they just posted one. Yeah, they're doing about once a month right now. I'm sure anybody that watches their channel will be hoping for a bit more. And then I see Heaven's Fire 18 coming in. Thank you for being here. And we're going to get them onto the screen right after Tim Mitchell. And then thank you, Michael Harper. Judgment Day Mike Harper has a couple of channels. He's been a member now for 4 months. 4 months of membership, but he's been here much longer than that. And then, yeah, so Tiffany, Canadian Family Life. I'm going to try to remember. It's only been like 2 years by now, just over 2 years. But I lose track, you know, and I hope everybody takes inspiration from that. How long some of our friendships go on. We can literally see into the future and know that everybody here is going to have not just viewers, but true fans, not to mention friends and family on their channel that will be with you for years into the future if all of us could just meet each other, you know. There's Rambling with the Brooms, another fellow Canadian and another member and moderator here, so I've got them on the wheel. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official will be on at 3 p.m. Pacific. So I'm assuming that that's half an hour from now. Is that right? And then the unofficial official off-topic squirrel right after that, a couple of hours later. So they'll likely still be on after Tuber Chat. We still got an hour and a half to go here. We're going to do a 1 hour copyright-free music stream like we usually do. And then we know that there's lots of content on YouTube, especially on the weekends, right? Nancy Perrin Ministries also dropping a gifted membership. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. So we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. Let's get Tim Mitchell ready to go right now. Then we're going to look at Heaven's Fire 18 and Nancy Perrin Ministries, and then I'll get back to spinning the wheel like we usually do. We still got lots of time. An hour and a half is plenty of time to put lots of channels on the screen.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Making a note for myself. Hopefully I'll catch those live streams, one of them if not both. And then they tend to do lengthy live streams anyway. And then thank you, Rambling with the Brooms. He's got a couple of channels as well, and so does Nancy Perrin Ministries. And then what we're looking at right now, so this is Tim Mitchell. He gifted a handful of memberships. He's done that several times before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then let me unhide that channel. That was just a mistake. Broke but bountifully blessed. One of our moderators just accidentally hit the button. And then thank you, Scratch and PPA, for catching that. Tim Mitchell is the producer behind 2 other channels that we know. They're here every day since finding us just a few months ago. But Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is one of the channels, and then the unofficial official off-topic squirrel is their other channel. So they got 2 live streams tonight. They're gonna own Sunday night. That'll be interesting to see, but I should be able to catch you. The Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, 7 months of membership. Thank you for the highlighted milestone message. And as a silver member, her channel's seen every single day, whether she's here or not, even though she's here for just about every stream, in the slides that run at the beginning and middle and end of every live stream like that there.
For anybody that's brand...
Pardon me, when we look at Tim Mitchell, we see a few videos so far. Some shorts have started on this channel, including 1,100 views on one of them, and then live streams as well. And they just did one another couple of weeks ago. I missed that one. What I'll do actually for today, I'm just going to run that in the catch-up list. And then I'm going to look at cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, and we'll see what they've got going on. Now, Tim Mitchell's the producer of this channel and the next one I'm going to show you. So this is Chef CV, and this creator is going to bring us into the kitchen, not just for cooking. They've got a lot of delicious looking content on their channel between the dishes and the meals, but they're also going to help us navigate the kitchen with a lot of the either utensils or appliances that we might find ourselves using, and then they'll give us practical tips and tricks as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten into almost 600 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they've got a real wheel of misfortune is what they call it. Ours is called the Wheel of Doom here, and I thought that was funny enough, but the Wheel of Misfortune is fantastic. So we see that in their live streams, and we'll catch that tonight. So 443 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 500 we know that they're thinking about. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We're moving a little bit faster now. We always do as the stream goes on, and that's okay. Rambling with the brooms. That's why we grab the cases that we do, I hope, so our screens don't smash and everything else. I literally had, I got a new full-time gig, and that company gives you a phone. And I'm not kidding, I dropped it on the floor, like the first time I was even looking at the thing. And Kristen Welton, most of you know, is with me. We live together in Niagara Falls. She has a channel of her own. She bought me this device, and we've seen it actually on another channel here, where what it does, it's like an Android tablet, but it does Android and Apple CarPlay and everything, so that you can have it in a car. My truck is much older, at 2013, so they didn't have like Apple CarPlay and this and that by that time, and this allows you to have it. And she bought me one for Christmas as a gift, and I dropped it on the floor as I was pulling it out of the box for the very first time. Smashed the screen, and then, you know, we didn't know what to do with it, whatever. So she ended up getting me another one as another gift. And then it's really too bad, because I actually love the thing. For anybody who's seen what I'm talking about and thinking about getting those and hasn't done it yet, I would be adding that to a list of any kind, whether you celebrate Christmas or, you know, if you do birthday presents and things like that, anything at all where you can get your hands on one of those, because it is fantastic. So, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, these creators, including Tim Mitchell, of course, have another channel, and this is called the Unofficial, well, if I could type it, the Unofficial Official Off-Topic Squirrel. We'll see what they've got going on this channel. This is a complimentary channel, I would consider, to Chef CV's Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. And there's a lot more variety here, but you see there's a good handful of videos once in a while in the kitchen. But getting into shorts on the channel, we see more of the variety, including taking us bowling a few times. One of my first permanent full-time job was when I was 16, working at a bowling alley. I was still going to school. Then they have 1,000 views on one of these shorts videos, and then live streams on the channel as well, so we can expect another one. So it's been a few weeks. They're going to do another one tonight right after Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. There's another look at the Wheel of Misfortune, so hopefully everybody will look forward to that. And then Tim Mitchell, thank you again for another handful of gifted memberships. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. He's done that many times, and absolutely unnecessary. Like I said, I'm sure all the recipients are happy to have those as well, though. And then Heaven's Fire 18 is coming up right now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Butler Family Farm, that's likely Jerry. Susan's likely with him, but he's sniping the stream boss position there. That's the video game life meter under my camera. Every super chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss, and the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. As you can see, Butler Family Farms held that position many times before. Oh goodness, Peels Against Humanity. I've played the other game with some family. That was a horrifying experience. And we'll be looking forward to it though. Dawn's channel, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Heaven's Fire 18 also gifted a membership, and then also Nancy Perrin Ministries did the same. And then, oh, I'm running out of, oh, I'm falling behind here. Where did Judgment Day Mike Harper go? Because they dropped a super chat as well. I might have missed that one. Forgive me, Michael Harper's done that zillion times before. Whatever comes after zillion, that's how many times he's done that. So again, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. We'll put Michael Harper, Judgment Day Mike Harper, and his other channel, Michael Harper, up after Nancy Perrin Ministries, who also gifted a membership. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. But I will add another name to our wheel from our chat list in a few more minutes here. We'll go on a break in about 5 minutes. I'll add another name from our channel. And then, yeah, New Horizons Above and Beyond. That's the game I'm talking about having played. And it sounds to me like Tim Mitchell and Chef CV are going to have some kind of a spin on the theme of that game. So that'll be interesting. Heaven's Fire 18 has got a lot of furry friends on the channel. You get that through the thumbnails that you see here. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Working on 200 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I've got the latest video in my catch-up list so that I can get caught up with them. It's just a fun name for a playlist that I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then Butler Family Farms got an interesting project going on. What did I miss there? They've got something special happening where they're doing a video. And thank you, Butler Family Farm. And then Heaven's Fire 18 has got shorts on their channel getting into 1,000 views and almost 2,000 now. Where they're officially on the road to 2,000 with the views on that shorts video. Then they've got live streams also. So up to a few months ago, they were doing these pretty frequently. We'll see if they're going to continue. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
On the Grove's Bargain Emporium, Steph, thank you so much for another super chat today. They've done that a zillion times as well. And we'll look at Dawn's channel. They're actually dropping a super chat, so we'll look at somebody else's channel. There's still plenty of time, though, today. Long over an hour. We got plenty of time to put lots of channels on the screen, and I'll add another name from our chat list in another moment here. So, the Grove's Bargain Emporium, Steph, thank you for that. We'll look at Dawn's channel right after Butler Family Farm. Judgment Day Mike Harper's up next, and what we're looking at is Nancy Perrin Ministries. She's got a couple of channels as well. This creator is going to uplift us with spiritual inspiration. I'm going to take the latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. She's posting frequently. I didn't think I would be behind, but over the last 4 weeks, yeah, she's posted a video a week, which is great. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into almost 700 views on one, over 1,300 on another. And then that's an interesting thumbnail for a shorts video there. I don't watch as many shorts as everybody might think. My excuse is that I'm on a computer much more than I am on a phone. Then Nancy Perrin Ministries has also got lots of live streams. Even a couple of weeks ago they did one. I've caught them a couple of times for these as well over the last few months. When we look at the Perrin Family USA, we're going to see the other channel from this creator and her family. 788 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 800 they're thinking about. They got a premiere coming up in a couple of days, and that's where they're going to give us some weight loss tips. I've got the notification on for that. We always set those even though we have the notification bell on for the channel to give us the best chance of catching each other for premieres and live streams. I'm just going to grab her weight loss update video from 4 days ago, put that into my catch-up list. Lots of variety here. We see even vlogging, a day in my life. These are, I wonder what it is about... I wonder if anybody's got a tip, like why these are all of a sudden popping up everywhere. Because they've always been a thing, right? A day in the life and vlogging videos. It's a huge genre and category, but I'm starting to see a lot of these in the Superchat family over the last few months. I don't know if that was a challenge or a lot of people are just giving it a try. I'd be curious to know. And then shorts on the channel as well have gotten into almost 600 views and one over 1,600, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel also. So a couple months ago I caught her. We'll see if she's going to do another one. I'm sure that she will. And we got notification bells on for every channel, like I keep saying. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Oh, Matthews Bushcraft is asking a question. What everybody here thinks would be the most important survival skill. I'll be interested for you to let us know. I happened to be a Boy Scout when I was a kid, when I was younger. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed my time there, but I really was not any fantastic outdoorsman by any kinds. I think I did well with knots, if I remember. I remember how to do a reef knot, but I don't remember the rest. And our crew, like our troops, did well with competition camps. We would excel. We were like the most hated people there. All the other we were like the brats, so everybody didn't want us at the competitions, and we would do extremely well with like either lighting fires or ridiculous things and everything else. But I really didn't learn a lot about survival skills. I've heard of other people who've like gone through Boy Scouts and things like that have been like left in a forest for 2 days and whatever. I don't know if there's truth to that, but they're talking about building shelters and everything else. But if you ever see he's actually part of the Big Family Expedition, but Matthews Bushcraft has a channel that brings us survival skills, and the idea is things that anybody of any age can learn. But much more of a outdoorsman than myself. Trish the Natural is in the house. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. We're going to look at Judgment Day, Mike Harper.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Did I forget to put Jerry on the wheel originally again? I must have. Forgive me, Jerry. Butler Family Farm. I don't know how many times I've done that. I'm gonna have to do something for you to make up for all these mistakes that I make. I've got you in the list right now. In the next channel that we're gonna look at, I'm going to do a break first, of course, because I know you're going to enjoy that. But we'll look at Butler Family Farm in a moment. They are obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They dropped a super chat, but they've done that a million times before. So has Judgment Day Mike Harper. He's got a couple channels. We'll look at those quickly right now. Judgment Day Mike Harper has got some shorts that are coming up on my home feed here. We'll look at those in a moment. Lots of videos and lots of reviews, as a matter of fact. So they've gotten into a lot of movie reviews lately here. I haven't seen Tron Legacy. I feel like I should watch it because I think I like the original Tron movie. And I don't mean the Tron one from like when I was a kid, because I probably like that too. But the one that they remade or whatever, is that what I'm thinking of, where Daft Punk was like DJing in the movie? Shorts on the channel have gotten into 1,400, 2,200, and then live streams on the channel as well. They're doing a lot of Wrestling Week in Review here. Now, Judgment Day Mike Harper's working on 700 subscribers here, but they've actually got a second channel called Michael W. Harper. And this is where we get to see more DVD reviews from this creator, and then he's got a few more shorts on the channel to give us a chance to get to know him. But I see they got a brand new video they just put out, Entourage. I should see what you have to say about this, actually, because that's a series I never watched, but I have heard from a couple people that I would like it. So I'm unsure. I'm pretty picky when it comes to anything. I seem to not like anything. And then even when I watch a TV show, I have to get to episode 3 before I finally give it a chance, let's just say. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 400, almost 500 views, featuring the creator himself, of course, and then live streams. He's done a few of these, more of an experiment than anything, I think. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Michael W. Harper and his original channel, Judgment Day Mike Harper, who's been with us for years now. And then Butler Family Farm is coming up next. So let's make this quick. What we'll do is we'll go for a 3.5-minute break, and right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. And again, these are videos listed in a playlist and as a podcast on the Superchat channel now. All of the conversations go on for at least an hour, and they're with friends of ours that have been through the Superchat family for years. They're all long past their 10,000 subscribers.
So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm gonna go first there.
Yeah, you want to master at this one?
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on, but the thing about it is that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. We've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed, it could be the title. As much as people go, it's the thumbnail, the title does play a major part, because if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly. What sounds better?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles like, oh, I can just look at a plane or, oh, what's going to happen here? I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video.
Okay.
We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like a month later, we're like, "Wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up." And I know people are probably going, "No, it's really good," but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, "Wow, this is like not great," but we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice.
All right, we're almost back. We're going to look at Butler Family Farm. Now, forgive me because I do this a million times. I miss a lot that goes on in the chat. If you need me to see something, just please mention Superchat Connect and Grow, or give me a thumbs up. And if you try a couple of times and I still don't get it, just let one of our moderators know. But I notice a conversation in the chat, and I believe what everybody's talking about is this new system that YouTube seems to have added, where we've got a community leaderboard. So when I look at this, of course, we're going to see Canadian Family Life, Timmy the Racing Channel, Just Jason Keto in the top 3 positions, and a few other channels. You notice them only by their handles, though, and a lot of the usual suspects here. Now, you can opt out of this system if you want to. I haven't done it yet, so I'm not sure of the process, but it should be fairly easy to do if you wanted to. Otherwise, you get to go on this leaderboard, but it's a really interesting thing. What I'm noticing here, see how YouTube is giving people these XP almost like points. And they're doing them 25 points at a time. I don't know exactly yet how YouTube is calculating those. I wonder if it has to do with a combination of time and activity, similar to what we've seen from Streamlabs, which is what I use to basically run the wheel. This is how I pick names when it's time to add a name to the wheel from our chat list. I just added Matthew's Bushcraft, by the way. Pardon me. And this system from Streamlabs makes some kind of an arbitrary calculation between the time that's spent here, but more so activity in the chat. And this is why I constantly say it really comes down to conversation, because if you are saying hello to somebody, or just a simple pleasantry about one of their videos or how's the weather and things like that, those are all fine, but the conversation really only goes a few sentences. When you truly have conversation and ask somebody a question, or you're asked a question by somebody, the conversation can unknowingly go like 20, 30 sentences long, let's just say. So it's a great way to almost hack the system, right? You know what you're getting into. When we look at how this works, I've always insisted that during live streams, YouTube gives you credit for 1 view for every 5 minutes that somebody stays in the stream. And this system from Streamlabs seems to be giving points for every 5 minutes. Let's just say, you notice that these are in 5-point increments, whereas the one we saw from YouTube is in 25-point increments. They have nothing to do with each other. Streamlabs is a third-party company. YouTube does what they want. They give people the ability to do other things, but it's definitely not the same. Trying to figure out how long does it take for the positions to change in the leaderboard, which I'll show again here for a second by hitting the community button. Not every channel has this yet, by the way, but forgive my negativity because I know a lot of people must love it. But the truth is, almost everything that YouTube comes out with as a new feature for us does not work properly for at least the first couple of weeks. I don't know why. With all Google's money and resources, they can't get a handle on this stuff and be leaders instead of followers. But this is another system that I'm assuming they've taken the idea from Twitch or somebody else. And they do that all the time. It's just frustrating for all of us because they come out with these systems and it's glitch after glitch after glitch after glitch. And we're like, how is this possible? You know, because there's no glitch when you're taking money from us. There's no glitch when you're cutting your 30% off of everything we're making for ad money and, you know, everything else or whatever it is. And again, forgive my negativity, but you know what I mean. I'm sure that a lot of people here in the chat will share my frustration with, can we just have it work? You know, and the reason why I whine so much about it, I happen to be a computer programmer as well. So I have a clue about how this stuff works, and I don't think there's an excuse. But anyway, hopefully within a couple of weeks, it will sort itself out, and then we'll get an idea of how we can aim to be number 1, 2, or 3 on different people's leaderboards. And then if you have a look, Lewis Acre Farm Karma says there's a better explanation. So I'll have to go through that myself because I haven't actually read what they've had to say in depth. I think Pete sent over screenshots, but I could be mistaken. Or he sent over I forget who sent over what. Canadian Family Life mentioned that they had seen it the first time. But, yeah, I wonder, and forgive me, Butler Family Farm, because I don't know actually. I thought for sure I thought you were talking about the wheel, but I'm not sure if you were talking about the wheel here in Superchat or if you were talking about the new YouTube system. So I assumed for a second there that you were talking about the YouTube system, but there's a way to opt out of it, and I wonder, Butler Family Farm, if you might have accidentally opted out. The other thing too is, I forget to mention this always, but there are a couple of important things that are not included, it seems, for channels that are under brand accounts, which YouTube used to force us into making. So sometimes you have things available on some channels, and then other channels don't have it available, like trying to switch ownership. If you wanted to move your channel to another account or something, if it's in a brand account, apparently it's a humongous headache. But these are just ideas, so a little bit advanced for what we usually talk about here. Yeah, you were talking about the list, not the wheel. Yeah, I wondered for a second, because at first I was like, wait a second, why is he saying it like 3 times? Oh, he's not talking about the wheel, he's talking about the list, because I thought you were just being funny, like, because I keep forgetting to put Butler Family Farm on the wheel. But no, when we're talking about that new YouTube list, right away, the first time I saw it, it didn't seem to be working properly. It seems that somebody grabs that 1, 2, and 3 position and then just either stay there permanently or it doesn't change for a long time. So maybe we can all keep an eye on it, and we'll have to go. I'll have to read about it afterwards. I'm going to read about it later and see if they say anything about a time limit. And thank you, Lewis Acre Farm Karma, for pointing that out, because I didn't think to go and sit there. I should have read it. I always tell everybody we should read the terms of service guidelines and everything else, so I should be doing the same thing, including that new feature. And thank you, Duke City Crew. I appreciate the kind words. You know, in transparency, though, you know, it's not like I don't want to sound like I think I know everything. I'm sure it comes across that way a lot of the time, and I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel, even when it sounds like it, because really what we want to do is make the best decision for ourselves, you know. And they say, like, not only do you have to walk a mile in somebody's moccasins to have a clue about their life, but what I explain to people a lot, like outside of YouTube and everything else, is, you know, if I was you know, deciding which phone I'm going to pick, Android or iPhone, it's not just a matter of, well, you know, I looked them up and I made a decision. No, it would take me 50 years to explain to you why I chose that, because, you know, our life experiences decide the way that we think about things and then influence the decisions that we make. It's not always so simple. I know it sounds ridiculous the way I'm putting it, but I'm sure you get what I mean. It's a lot more complicated than a lot of things. And again, I don't want to sound like I think I know everything, but we really do just want to share information together, because I've been corrected many times here in Tuberchat. And I'm not talking about mistakes. I'm talking about not knowing what I was talking about, opening my mouth about it, and then having somebody say, excuse me, but you're wrong. And then I find out after, oh, wow, I was wrong and sounded ridiculous. So that kind of thing can happen, you know. And I talk about the idea of us sharing information because I want to improve as well. I want to do better, you know. I want more of all the things we want more of and things like that. So it's just an idea. Canadian Family Life is making me laugh. Yeah, that might be it. See, Just Jason Keto, I have noticed for many streams now, has been here early and for the whole time. you know, I know people are like popping in and out, whether they're doing other things or going to get a drink or hopping out of the stream and going to other channels and coming back. You know what I mean? And I appreciate every moment. You know, I do the same thing. I don't expect anybody to actually be here for 3 hours, even though I know many people are. But that probably has to do the most with it. It's interesting when I talk about the Streamlabs system, because it seems to be a calculation between activity and time. And that's the other thing too, yeah, Lewis Acre Farm Karma, because even Super Chats haven't seemed to affect it at all from what I've seen. We've had many Super Chats go through today, and the people who've done that haven't taken any position on the leaderboard that I've seen, and or at least not those top 3 positions. And same for gifted memberships and things like that. So it's really weird. But like I said, most things that come out on YouTube, unfortunately, don't work properly right away. Takes a couple of weeks, and when we find glitches and errors and things like that, they usually take that information as well. So let's actually, you know what we'll do, because I'm doing it again. So instead of me talking about something that I haven't informed myself about yet, let's read it. What is the leaderboard? It's a place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in the live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. How do you get on the leaderboard? You'll need to collect experience points or XP, and here's how you get them. Send live chat messages, send super chats and super stickers, and then you can learn more about how to turn it off in the if you click that link, it'll show you over here. You earn, viewers earn points by actively engaging during the stream, and the leaderboard displays the audience ranking based on their total points. The more viewers engage, for example, via live chat messages, super chats, or gifts, because we don't do super stickers here, the higher rank. But like I said, you know, you would think that a super chatter would get to skip the line, right? But it doesn't seem that way. I have a feeling it's just not working the way they expected, even though they've got the documentation out there. But again, that's just opinion, and if somebody sees differently, then please let me know, because again, I want to learn as well. And then is tonight the Northern Lights again? I thought I saw somebody else mentioning that either here or earlier today. And yeah, it has sparked engagement in the chat, but I would love it for it to work in a clear, simple way where we could say, oh yeah, we know, and then everybody could just help each other understand. But it doesn't seem to be doing what they're describing, even in their documentation. But again, that's just pardon me. So when we look at Butler Family Farm, this is Jerry and Susan. They have 116 acres of farmland in Missouri, where they are going to show us all around their property, all the things it takes to look after that farmland, the equipment, the tractors, the livestock. Pardon me, they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, as well as bees, and soon possibly koi. They have got product reviews, like the latest video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list right now so I can catch up with them. And then sometimes they bring us into their home. Jerry and Susan share the camera work here. Sometimes Jerry brings us into the shop as well. He does a lot of woodworking. And they head out to a lot of meetups as well. They meet up with a lot of creators in real life, either visiting them or heading out to large meetups, even up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters. They got shorts here into 12,000, one at 53,000 views, which is great to see. And then they've got live streams on the channel as well. So they're live every Monday at 6:45 Eastern, including tomorrow. Often it's Jerry and Susan giving us a chance to get to know them and giving us some updates. But sometimes they're on the road, and often they live stream those meetups. If they're not, sometimes they do StreamYard panels. They've often got a full grid of familiar faces there. I've been on their channel a couple of times. And we've got the notification on for that live stream tomorrow, including the notification bell for the channel, if that makes sense as well. They're going to a meetup next weekend again. And then, the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph might do a live stream looking for the, is it the Northern Lights? Is that what it is? Because forgive me, sometimes I ask questions and then I don't watch the screen to make sure, or the chat to make sure I'm understanding what everybody's saying. But hopefully we'll get some views of that. I can't believe it hasn't been a year already, has it? I can't remember the last time everybody was looking at that. We had quite a few channels that were bringing us views. And then Duke City Crew, forgive me, they dropped a super chat, is that right? And I missed that? Yep, forgive me for that. I didn't catch that. And we'll look at that channel right now. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. It's actually the reason we're looking at Butler Family Farm right now. And forgive me, I missed a channel. Okay, so right before we look at Duke City Crew, the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph actually dropped a super chat, so we would look at Dawn's channel. So we're going to look at that. I think this is the Dawn's channel that they're talking about. Am I right? And then please correct me if I'm wrong, the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph. I know it's taken me forever to get here because I was talking so much again. But at least that one we were talking about something YouTube related. And then Duke City Crew is coming up next.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
I'm a little bit farther south. Kristen Welton and I, we live actually in Niagara Falls, in the south corner of Niagara Falls. So I'm not sure what our visibility will be like. We're a couple of hours away from Just Jason Keto or Scratch and Pete or Cruising on the High Seas and Travel and a few other friends. But I might peek out and see if I can see that myself. And then Lewis Acre Farm Karma has a series called Meet Me Mondays where they introduce us to other channels, and they're looking for new people to interview, so anybody can reach out to them. Fever Dream Animation is here. Hilda DC, our dear friend, she's a beloved and dedicated moderator, came in as well. And Dawn's channel, I thought we'd seen this one before, but I must be mistaken. Maybe we haven't had it on the screen yet. And what we're looking at is a channel that's getting really close to 1,000 subscribers. First of all, when we look at what they're doing here, it looks like they're going to give us a lot of cooking videos, but I could be mistaken. We can read or at least go through their titles on their videos along with the thumbnails, and it looks like they've got quite a bit of variety along with some cooking videos. So I'm just going to take the latest casserole video and put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance, or pardon me, meant to put that in another playlist. I'm going to put in my watch later list because this is a brand new channel. What that will allow me to do after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full, leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. We also see that Dawn's channel is going to be live in about 40 minutes, so I'm assuming the Groves Bargain Emporium stuff will be over there. Forgive me, Butler Family Farm. No, I was going to look. I've got a, I've been in and out of my storage for a couple of days now. I don't think it's in my storage. I think it's in the apartment, but I've got a bunch of totes that I haven't unpacked yet, and I have a feeling it's right there, because I, do a good job at taking care of stuff, but it's likely right around here. And then thank you, Hilda DC, for a super chat as well. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And I forgot to mention while Butler Family Farm was up, but their channel's getting close to 76,000 subscribers now. Jerry's been very open with the idea that he's used the YouTube promotion system in the YouTube studio to push the channel really fast and really aggressively, but you see that in the growth of the channel getting, up in the dozens of thousands, tens of thousands of views very rapidly. And he'll share that information with anybody when you reach over to their channel to talk to Jerry about that. He shared that information and helped another couple of people. They've made some videos about it as well. So, the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, thank you so much for the super chat so we can look at Don's channel there. I will be connected after today's stream. And then Duke City Crew is up as well. They dropped a super chat and I almost missed it. And the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, thank you so much. You don't have to do that every time, but I certainly appreciate it, of course. But they've done that before so that we would look at Kathy's channel. We'll look at that in a moment. It's an odd handle, but once we get the channel up, we'll remember the name of the channel a little bit better, and then I'll hopefully be able to start remembering and referencing it. Smallholder Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Lewis Acre Farm Karma has an interview request form, so people can get over there and get your channel a little bit of promotion. Duke City Crew is fairly new in the Tuber Chat family, but they've got quite a bit of information on their About section as well. So I'm still learning about this channel. They've got a couple of several shorts videos here that have done really well. I wonder about this one because I've seen that one before, but they got quite a bit of quite a few shorts here for us to see, many of them into the thousands of views, some of them into the hundreds of thousands, and then they got one over 1 million and one at almost 2 million. And then they've got a couple of live streams. Now, I would have run this the other day, and I'll get this second one and I'll run this as well. What I do is I put them in my catch-up list. That's just a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then I order the videos from shortest to longest, so that when I have a half an hour or an hour to sit and watch videos, I can watch like 20 of them in an hour, let's just say. And then the longer stuff like live stream replays runs at the end. I'm sure everybody understands that I run more videos than I watch. I'm sure everybody does here, or I imagine a lot of people do. And then Hilda DC is up right now. And then thank you again, Duke City Crew, for the super chat and the kind words. I really do appreciate that. Hilda DC dropped a super chat as well, but she's also a beloved and dedicated moderator. So we'll look at her channel right now. The Groves Bargain Emporium Steph has another one for us to look at. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel, and I'll try to speed things up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So Hilda DC is working on 2,600 subscribers, and this is a creator who's been with us pretty much from the beginning, getting pretty close to 5 years now, if you can believe that. She's done quite a few different things on her channel, but lately a lot of cooking, a lot of taste test, either challenges or reviews, and once in a while she takes us outdoors for a bit of an adventure as well. Now, Hilda DC is known as one of the most encouraging creators that I have met in my YouTube journey, which is now 8 years. And the reason why I say that is because she's got positive affirmations that flow through all of her content, from the creator herself, as well as special effects on the screen. Even Nightbot gets in on the action when we come to when we talk about positivity. And then 99 Midnight Gamer YT, good to see you in the house. Hilda DC as well will bring us some shorts videos, lots of delicious looking content here also, and a lot of variety. And getting into 6,200 views, 4,700 on one of them, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel as well. This is an incredibly encouraging creator, but a strong-willed person who is absolutely standing behind and beside their audience and their channel's family at all times. And like I said, a beloved and dedicated moderator here. I enjoy a lot of what she does on her channel because being in Canada, I don't get to see a lot of the products that our American friends have when they do either reviews or taste test challenges and things like that, because only the most popular or most successful flavors of some of the popular things come through. I haven't seen those M&M cake bites around here yet. So Hilda DC does a lot more than that. I've joined her on her channel for live streams many times and been with her many times on other people's channels as well. And she's been a dear friend. You see some familiar faces when we start to look through some of these thumbnails. Michelle and Corinne are moderators here also. Hopefully everybody will connect with Hilda DC, and she's working on 2,600, like I said, and of course monetized. Lots of ways to support her when we get there. And then I feel like I missed a channel coming in. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. Garfield mode right now, says Scratch and PPA, my dear goodness. And thank you, Hilda DC, for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated always. And now Kathy's channel is coming up. And let's make sure we get the right one here. Now, did I understand what they were saying? That was the beginning of an email. I might have misunderstood what they might have been saying about the name of the channels. Or, pardon me, of the name of the channel. So they've got Flint Hills and everything in it. Lots of geese, squirrels, water, nature, farm animals, prairie, blue skies, and crafts, and faith, and health. So positive inspiration here also, which is great to see. I'm going to grab one of these videos and put it into my catch-up list. I haven't seen that one yet. Shorts on the channel as well. These have started to move into 1,000 views and beyond on one of them, but lots of outdoor content here. So hopefully everybody will connect with Kathy's channel here. And what I might do is, see, she's got an interesting handle also. I'll drop the link there. And thank you again, the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, for giving us another super chat to look at that channel. And Kathy Payne is here, another longtime friend. Jeremy D-Day, I got on the wheel. Forgive me, you must have picked up one of those gifted memberships today. And then I think we're ready to spin the wheel. Oh, there's Rob's ears must have been ringing from cruising on the high seas and travel, because it said I'm only a few hours away from him. Another fellow Canadian, actually. I recognize most of what I see on his channel. Nancy Perrin Ministries, we saw earlier. She gifted a membership. And let's spin, and we'll see who's coming up next. We're one channel ahead.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then I see some more activity in the chat right now. In another half hour, we're going to run a 1 hour copyright-free music stream. If you haven't seen our copyright-free music channel, we do that after every Tuber Chat episode for an hour. There's like music playing. It's like a virtual nightclub over there. Got a video game going. We play games in the chat. Everybody can participate. It's really easy. And we do link drops over there as well. Everybody can continue connecting the way we do here. Right now, though, Elfish Tanks is dropping a super chat. We're going to look at their channel in a moment. And I feel like I missed something else in the chat for the life of me. I can't catch. I thought another channel came in and I don't mean to miss anybody. So Crafty Witch 232 is up right now. We're going to look at Elfish Tanks next. And when we look at what Crafty Witch 232 is doing on their channel, they are involved in a lot of different types of creativity, actually. So they let us know they've got 3D printing, crochet, cross-stitching. They make jewelry, perler beads. They do a lot of sewing. And a lot of what they make is meant to sell, actually. You see a lot of pop culture references there, and even more in the shorts videos on the channel. A couple of these have done well at 10,000 and 13,000. Took me a minute when I started looking at this channel many months ago to discover which was 3D printing and which was crochet. Some of it is a mix. And then they're live just about every day, literally almost daily they're on. And they're either creating like this, or once in a while they play a video game. They play some Animal Crossing. We know how popular that game is. And then they're working on 1,700 subscribers. We see that they're monetized now. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get to the channel. And they're here with us just about every stream, and I see them out supporting other people every day as well. And then, yeah, cruising on the high season travel for a second, because everybody's talking here, or many people are talking about the Northern Lights, right? And tonight's going to be a night where we should be able to see them. And Rob is even farther north than me, not by far, but at least a couple of hours. Ontario's a big province. And even though he's not that far, he might be able to see it even better than me. But I see what everybody's saying. You should be able to see it down to like Virginia. So yeah, forgive me, I don't even know what I'm talking about when we talk about that. I remember seeing a lot of videos from our friends, and I guess it must have been a year ago, but I thought it wasn't that long. Elfish Tanks is up now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And Elfish Tanks, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. When we look at this channel, they're going to bring us, obviously, fish and tanks. I have to learn a lot about the different types of fish that people have got on their channels here. But it looks like they're showing us a lot of equipment as well. And yeah, this is interesting and something that I otherwise had not seen before. And then they've got an unboxing video here for some more equipment by the look of it. Let's have a look at what they're doing for live streams. So it's been a month since I caught you already. What I'm going to do for today, I'm going to take a live stream replay and I'm going to put that into my catch-up list, and I'll let that run. That'll give you a couple hours of watch time, almost 3 solid hours there, which is great. That was from yesterday. And then shorts on this channel, lots of winter weather there. But they've gotten into 8,000 and almost 9,000 views on a couple of these, which is great to see. And like most creators, much more than the original theme or genre on the channel. A bit of variety here. Some furry friends there getting along, it looks like. And the opposite of a fish video. I think I saw a cat there. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Elfish Tanks. And they've passed their 1,000 subscribers, which is great to see. And they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get over there. Let's spin the wheel. But thank you again, Elfish Tanks, for another super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. And then we get back to spinning the wheel. We still got plenty of time to go. Matthew's Bushcraft is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And up next is one of the family members from Big Family Expedition. This is Matthew's Bushcraft. They invite us to learn survival skills that people of all ages can learn. So they got a brand new video here. Well, it's brand new to me. 2 weeks ago, 10 items for bushcraft and survival that everyone should have. That's a great video. I like the idea of prep. I live in usually big cities, right? Toronto's a monster city, but Niagara Falls is even a big enough city that somebody like me probably doesn't worry as much as they should about what's going to happen if you do need to be in a better position when it comes to prepping and things like that. But I'll be interested to see what you've got there. We do not bad when it comes to the idea of food. And probably, yeah, I don't even think water. I got drinks all over the place, but I can't say they're water. And then could do a bit of a better job. So we'll see what Matthew's Bushcraft has to say in that video. I was talking about this earlier, but like knots, right? So they are probably more talented than I ever was doing these kinds of things. Like I said, the only one I remember is a reef knot, but that's very simple. It's the one that doesn't close, so that you can, or doesn't, like, you know, it's not impossible to pull apart. It's the easiest one to pull apart when you need to. Matthew's Bushcraft is going to teach us much more, and including in shorts videos, which is great to see. So thank you for engaging the chat today earlier. Also, I really do appreciate that kind of thing in the chat, but you get an idea on their about section about the different things they're going to bring us, and they have to be excited. They've hit 200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can get them a few extras just to keep that 200 locked in. We know it's no fun when you hit a milestone and then slip below, and I promise you we've even done that here. Yeah, Michael's Adventures, I did take my honey, but I can feel myself screaming at the camera again. I was talking too much earlier. What we'll do right now, we'll take a break again for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'll play one more clip from our interview series. And again, these are creators that have all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask, is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers, so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build, and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it, so it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit, and people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal, that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean, you know, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, you know, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that, because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my
Wow.
one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage,
Yes.
and that you're making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's
Okay.
great advice too.
Yeah.
Each person, yes, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, we're just about back. If any of our members or moderators haven't been seen yet, just please be active in the chat, and I'll make sure you're on the wheel. I cleaned it up a little bit again. And what we'll do right now is look at Mel Runs Things, and I'll try to get through as many channels as I can in the next 15 minutes. And I've pinned the link for our copyright-free music channel, where we're going to do a stream for an hour, where it's like a virtual nightclub over there. There's music playing and a video game going, and it could be a lot of fun. It gives everybody another hour to keep connecting the way we are here, and we have link drops over there as well. Mel Runs Things is a creator that is living her best life over 50. She's going to talk about lifestyle, family, cooking, fitness, running, and much more. When we look at what Mel Runs Things is doing, they've got quite a bit of information. on their about section, and then when we dig through their videos, we get an idea that they've got even more variety here than what they were originally talking about. They've got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 2,300, 2,400 views, some outdoor content there as well, and then live streams on the channel with a lot of creativity in some of the live streams. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mel Runs Things. They're a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, not just here. They are working on 1,800 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then thank you, So Terry. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you over there. I know not everybody has, can be here for the entirety of our live streams, and as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, everybody will be just fine. But I really do appreciate any moment, even if you're just coming by quickly to say hello or hang out for a minute or 15 minutes or any amount of time at all. And Kathy Payne is coming up now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Timmy, the racing channel's making me laugh. Yeah, it's interesting the different glitches that go on in different channels. Scratch and PPA, for just coincidence, happens to be invincible in the music channel. If people want to attack him and do all the other silly things we do, you have to get them by random. We can't target Scratch and PPA at all. When we look at Kathy Payne, we see a creator that talks about Aloha Freedom Tours Hawaii. There's lots of spiritual inspiration here and a lot of information about the creator and the channel. When we're connecting, we always want to be looking for videos over 3 minutes, but she's got plenty here. So I'm going to take the second latest video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with the channel. It's just a fun name for a playlist. They can be useful when trying to keep caught up with creators like this. When we look at shorts on the channel, where you get into 1,300 views on one of these, another 1,200, and a lot of variety in these videos here. And Kathy Payne has been a longtime friend now, working on 700 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. We'll spin the wheel. We'll see that Scratch and PPA is coming up right now.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
When we look at Scratch and PPA, we see a creator now working on 2,500 subscribers. Now, he's been here from the beginning of Superchatters, so we're talking 5 years now, basically. And Scratch and PPA has had perfect consistency in his video series. He took a bit of time to consider what he was going to do and planned it out. As far as I could see, I believe that he really put a lot of consideration into it. He has not missed a Tuesday in over 4 years now. And his Scratch Challenge series of videos is where he pits two lottery tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets a series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. He usually has his premiere set to go a few days in advance so it can percolate in the YouTube recommendation engine, or algorithm as we like to say. He's got presentation at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by colorful thumbnails which feature the lottery tickets we talk about. He's got a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series, and his banner is updated every single week, if you could believe that. His video editing skills have also been complimented ever since his very first production, well beyond 4 years ago. When we look at what Scratch and PPA is doing, if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than what we've got going on here, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC or Jesse Journals and Unboxes, and Butler Family Farm, and a few select others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. When we look at Scratch and Pete PA's channel, we know that this creator is also monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And a couple of summers ago, he took a trip to Italy and brought us some extra content with vlogging style shorts videos that gave us a look around all the areas he visited, and some Italian lottery tickets as well that we otherwise might not have seen. He's got a live stream on his channel as well. I was lucky to have been there for that one, and I know a lot of people will be excited to know that Scratch and Pete PA has expanded the content on his channel, but he can be followed as an example when it comes to interactivity with the other social networks as well, like I said, with his voting system, and happens to be a fellow Canadian, by the way, and a beloved and dedicated moderator here. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Scratch and Pete PA is known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, literally one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my now 8 years on this platform.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Cruising on the high seas and travel, this is Rob, and another fellow Canadian just by coincidence, but only a few hours away from me. I recognize a lot of what I see in his latest series of videos where he's reviewing a lot of featured meals or dishes from a lot of the popular restaurants or takeout food places. We call it takeout in Canada. I recognize almost all of them. Otherwise, cruising on the high seas and travel, Rob will be traveling whenever possible, cruising, of course, or joining other live streams on other channels. He collaborates with other people all the time. We've probably seen him a few times today in other people's thumbnails for their live streams because he's been on so many panels and continues that all the time. So hopefully everybody will connect with Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, and this creator's been another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as I can remember, but it's definitely a couple years, if not longer. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go, and it looks like Jesse Journals and Unboxes is coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
When we look at Jesse Journals and Unboxes, she dropped a premiere today, and she does those every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. She unboxes just about anything that can be unboxed. She gets into bath and beauty products, crafting supplies, snacks like we saw today, jewelry, stationery, and basically you name it. Now, some of her unboxing videos come from subscription services like the one she did today. And then there's a lot of Happy Mail on the channel as well, and she collaborates with other people. Lately, she's been doing a lot of collages or journaling and showing us the things that she makes with the things that she unboxes in those cases. So lots of creativity on the channel as well. And Jesse Journals and Unboxes is the kind of person who can basically do a live stream or drop a premiere whenever they want, and they'll have a fast-paced, high energy, and vibrant chat going on while they do that. I see True North Beard Co. is in the house, and Trish the Natural was here earlier. Life with Tanisha RN is in the house. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. I should have dropped a link for our copyright-free music stream again. We're going to go over here right after Tuber Chat in about 5 more minutes or a little bit longer. And we'll do a 1-hour stream over there with music playing, a video game going. Everybody can keep connecting, and we do link drops over there as well. It can be a lot of fun. Jesse Journals and Unboxes is working on 2,500 subscribers now, which is great to see. And then shorts on the channel feature a lot of the products that she's unboxed. So you see here, bath and beauty products, snacks, jewelry, stationery, crafting supplies, and just about every other thing we can think of. Of course, unboxing videos have been a popular genre on YouTube since the beginning, it seems. I enjoy watching unboxing videos. I'm always happy to see the surprises. It doesn't really matter what it is. I've watched unboxing videos of all types, and I try to include unboxings in some of the product reviews that I do when I put those out occasionally on another channel. Darren the Fish is coming up right now.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Up Designs Customs, I've got you on the wheel. They happen to be a member. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then Darren the Fish is up on the screen. This is a channel that's fairly new to us here. They're working on their first 50 subscribers. They might even get that today. I hope a couple people will connect with them. They've been with us many times now, but they've got shorts on their channel. So I often and regularly say that we need to be connecting with videos that are 3 minutes or longer. When we come across a channel like this that only has shorts for now, what I suggest is connecting with one of them and then adding another couple into another playlist or something so that you can show YouTube you cared so much about this creator's content that you went back for seconds and maybe thirds. But you notice that every channel I put on the screen, I'm still subscribed. So obviously the way that we're connecting works even if the videos are a little bit shorter. But Darren the Fish, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're planning a live stream pretty soon. Do you mean, yeah, they'll be doing live streams soon. So we've got our notification bell on the channel, and then hopefully you'll let us know before you're going to do one, and then we can make a couple of people aware they'll like to be there for your first live stream, myself included.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
My dear goodness. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, everybody, for letting me know I'm muted again. I was coughing for a second there, so I just turned the microphone off. Just Jason Keto is up on the screen. This creator is going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, particularly when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He does a ton of recipes on his channel that are easy and simple to follow, only featuring a few ingredients, which I really like. He has got product reviews to go along with recipes that help us understand the ingredients that we might find or use. He's got product reviews on the channel also of things like this barbecue or these Dash Mini chaffle makers. He's very known for chaffles. He's got lots of guests on the channel that join him to share their tips and tricks as well. And then once in a while, he'll take us for an outdoor adventure if he's traveling or something a little bit different. Shorts on the channel feature a bit of a hint about grilling or healthy looking shorts that have gotten now into 4,000, 5,000, and well beyond 6,000 views. One of them at 22,000, and I've seen that one. I promise you it's entertaining and worth a watch. Then live streams are weekly here, and he's on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. And he may be by himself. He may have a StreamYard panel full of guests. He might have a single guest doing a special feature, or he might be giving us a cook-along live stream occasionally. He likes to mix things up and keep the audience engaged. He's got a vibrant community that will help us with questions and comments when we come into the chat as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto. He's an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here, both as a moderator and a member, as a matter of fact, and has been for as long as I can remember. And then I'll spin the wheel and we'll get to another channel.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Then I Am Betty J Gathers is coming up right now, and this is another beloved and dedicated moderator and member. And I Am Betty J Gathers, along with the How To Lady, are probably responsible for hundreds, if not maybe even thousands, of thumbs up on this channel because of their friendly and energetic reminders. So, oh, I love NCL. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I wonder if that's a cruising channel. I think NCL, I can't remember for the life of me what the letters stand for. I'm in Canada. We've got lots of cruising friends. But I wonder if that's it or if there's a different theme to that account or channel. But it's good to see you here. Hopefully you're feeling welcome also. And I Am Betty J Gathers is, like I said, a beloved and dedicated moderator here. This creator is living her best life over 60, but I find that all of her content can relate to anybody. She's always smiling, always laughing, done a lot of vlogging in the past. We see that in some of these videos here. She does a great job of bringing us into her home, into her life, taking us out on the road and bringing us along for adventures. She's got shorts on her channel as well. She's literally done almost daily shorts a lot of the time, 365 in a row, and she continues shorts today. Many of these featuring the creator, who's always smiling and laughing, a truly dynamic creator. Some of these have gotten into 8, 9, and 10,000 views. Then she's got a few more at 13,000 and 15,000, which is great to see. And then live stream. She's done tons of live streaming. She always does a great job of keeping up with the audience, even if she's got StreamYard panelists on with her. And actually over the Christmas season, Crystal Sparkle, who we see here, challenged her to do a series of interviews, which she did, and I was honored to have been a part of that. And we had a great time talking about our friendship, our YouTube journey, the way we think about moderators and things like that. So I hope everybody will go back and watch that. I Am Betty J Gathers will have some new content coming soon, and Up Designs Customs is coming up next.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So I'm dropping a link here, and I've dropped it a couple times, but also pinned it so everybody can get to it whenever they want. But our copyright-free music channel's running. I'll just show it to you for a second here. But there's a music playing in the background, a video game going, and everybody can participate with simple commands in the chat. And then we play games in there, and then we have link drops as well, and everybody's got an extra hour to continue connecting. So I hope everybody will join us over there. Still got a couple of channels to look at here, and I will leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes like I always do, so that everybody can clean up their connections here as well. Up Designs Customs has got some information on their About section, but this creator will bring us a little bit of spiritual inspiration, as well as I see a shopping haul here. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list as I get to know the channel. It's one of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here, is that over time I get to know the channel, and then over weeks and months I get to know the content. This creator's got some shorts that have gotten into 500 and on the way towards 600 views, which is great to see, and then live streams as well, and it seems they're live streaming frequently, even yesterday. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I got notification bells on for every single channel. Hopefully all of us do, and then we'll spin the wheel. We'll get to another channel.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
This is another friend that we've had for years in the Tuber Chat family. Chocolate Drop is somebody who's here frequently. I've caught her many times for live streams. She's got tons of videos as well. Takes us for CVS shopping hauls, and luckily I've been to the States enough to know what a CVS is, or even a TJ Maxx. I think, is TJ Maxx done? Did I understand that right, or was that Big Lots? One of those stores. I can't remember. I don't know them well enough, but you know what I mean. I can't remember if they're finished. One of our biggest companies, I don't know if it's the first ever Canadian company. I think it is, but I could be wrong. Hudson Bay is going to close now. Some of their intellectual property is being bought by another humongous Canadian company, which is great. But yeah, I'm always sad to see these things go. When we look at Chocolate Drop, there's a lot more here. She does a lot of cooking. I've caught that many times in the live streams, and she's streaming pretty frequently. I didn't realize it was already a month ago, but I've caught her many times, as you can see, and she's always smiling, always laughing, does a great job of keeping up with the chat as well. She's gotten into 12,000, 13,000 on a couple of these shorts videos, and one at 50,000, which is great to see. And then videos, like I said, are frequent with a little bit of variety on the channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Chocolate Drop, Love Life, couponing, and much, much, much more. And then we'll spin the wheel, and we'll do that just for fun, but we'll have a look at Life with Tanisha RN. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We always look at as many as we can in a 3-hour period. We'll be back a few days from now. The next live stream is already posted on the front page. And thank you to our moderators. Hopefully everybody understands that these live streams wouldn't be able to be what they are if it wasn't for their help. They allow me to make things look easy over here. Life with Tanisha RN is up on the screen and going to help us with a lot of planning. I aspire to be a better planner, as a matter of fact. And they take us through, actually, some of the practical use cases, and they really do a great job of customizing their own planning systems to make things a little more fun, I think, and maybe motivating, let's just say. I'm just going to grab one of our latest videos here. This looks like something a little bit different. I'll put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with this creator or keep caught up with the channel. Shorts over here have gotten into 600 views, on the way to 700 and getting pretty close, and then live streams over here as well. So there's Rob. We knew we'd see him with Jeremy and Cheryl. And these creators will do live stream panels, so it's great to see you collaborating, because it's one of the fastest ways to grow your channel. Every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're pretty much guaranteed to get a handful of new subscribers. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. Forgive my quick exit, but hopefully you'll join us on the music channel. It gives you another hour to continue connecting with more creators. Thank you, The Source. Good to see you here. And we'll see everybody again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.